Hello. Hold on. Have to adjust my chair a bit. There we go. I managed to get myself in a debate with someone on Steam. A political debate. Anyway. Greetings. You've just been blocked by the bot. It's like, no, I don't want you talking in my chat, giving those stinking links. It's fine now. Anyway, yes, I need to start the captions. Yeah. Okay, so who's joining? Hello. Is it 6 o'clock yet? No. Hey, Kenki, terrible FPS player. Greetings, and Clupsy and Walrus and all of you. I'll invite you. Who's here that wants an invite? Where's the... Where's the point that I last played in terms of my friend invites? Who's Fresh Mint? Is that one of you, or is it just a random? Yeah, but at least you don't have to worry about the weekly challenge.
What was that?
Clapsy. No, I'm not boosting Clapsy. His weekly challenge has been sorted out already. Yeah. Good. Well, you got some loot boxes waiting for you as well. I think you ended up with 6. A few from leveling up, a few from arcade.
Piece of cake.
Maybe, I don't know if there's a roll queue one in there too. I don't think so. Thanks, the almighty Torb, for the tier 1 subscription. I appreciate your support. That's very generous of you. Thank you. Oh, yes, I need to sort that out, don't I? Right. And I'll need to turn the volume up. I don't think I spelled that right. Oh, I did. Good. Can your friend play? If your friend does the same thing that you did, join my stream, ask in chat, and then I can invite from there. It's fair that way. Okay. Just sending a friend request. Well, he needs to join the stream and ask in chat as well. That's the policy, because it's playing with viewers, right? Not just playing with friends of viewers, because then you get the problem where I could end up with a group of people that aren't even on the stream, and that's not fair to the people that are, right? It's a very low bar to jump through, right? Twitch is not like a paid service. You can create a free account. You can just type in chat. It's easy enough to do. If I was requiring people to subscribe to me just to play with me, that would be another thing entirely, right? But I don't think it's fair to do that. How can you mute the stream? Just click the little volume thing. That should mute it. But if you mute the player, it will count as you not watching anymore. But you can mute the tab, and then it won't not count. Right? If you mute the tab, you're still counted as a viewer, because Twitch doesn't know you've muted the tab. Okay. Do I cancel a 4-minute queue? I'm gonna do it. Screw it. I'm gonna do it this time. I don't usually, but let's do it anyway. Screw it. We'll do it. Get it done. So if you right click on the tab on your browser, there'll be an option to mute. So depending on what browser you've got, it'll say mute site or mute tab or something else. And if you drop the quality down, it should have less impact on your frame rate in game as well. Overgrove is up on my YouTube. It should have been published at 1 o'clock. Also, so far I've had no one saying they're interested in playing Factorio with me later. In general chat and Discord, which is something I ask people to do if they're interested. Do I have you on Steam, Walrus? Not that I could just friend you and gift it to you straight away. It doesn't work like that on Steam. Because there's a few days delay in doing something like that to stop people from scamming or third-party selling or something. I don't know. Let's see. Do this one.
Welcome to Castile. Your safety is my
Orisa battle! Ah, we both died. Unlimited ammo. Orisa has one of the longest reloads in the game. In fact, I think it might be the longest, apart from Ashe, I think. I think Ashe has a longer reload. But it's like a weird reload where you can reload half of it and still shoot. So, eh. There we go. Ow. Ah, rip. I just stood there. Maybe there wasn't enough room for you when I joined us in. Ooh. Excellent. Ah. Oh wow, so your instructor is fairly confident in your skills already. That's neat. Ah, my ultimate. I can't re-add you to the group until we find a game. Not cancelling another queue.
Only through meteor strike. Meteor strike. Meteor strike.
Ooh.
Welcome to reality. Prepare your defense.
That's good then, because the fewer driving lessons you actually need, the cheaper it'll be for you. Because those things are not cheap.
Together, we are strong. Come on.
Greetings. Hello.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Greetings. Hello. Greetings.
We all have our jobs to do.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Driving is not cheap, though. One reason I've just not bothered learning beyond a few lessons is it's expensive. It's expensive to learn, it's expensive to actually get a car, it's expensive to maintain the car, it's expensive to pay for the insurance and the tax and the fuel. It's not cheap at all. And I can get away with not having a car because of my lifestyle. So there's no point. And eventually car ownership will become a thing of the past anyway within a few decades. Because it'll be easier just to use a self-driving car taxi service, which could be something you just have a monthly subscription for and use it whenever. I could see that happening. Because there's no person to pay, it's just a car driving around and automatically charging itself when it needs to between taxiing jobs, you know? Could be pretty good. That's good. If you've got the cost thing sorted through the generosity of your parents, then yeah, that works for you. But I don't. Well, I'm not in a situation to need a car, or you know, in a situation to afford it either. In any way, so it's not something I'm too worried about. When I move to America, it'll be a different matter. In America, because the public transportation is pretty trash, and the country is so freaking large, you need to drive over there. But for a while, I will be in the same situation. I won't need to learn for a little while. Eventually, I will get around to doing it once my income is in a good enough state to afford it. But for at least the first few months, I probably won't advance in that degree until I feel it's something that I just can't do without. Yeah, I've got some space available for you. Yeah, that's a good reason to do it. Certainly. Hey there, Sea Bear. What's up? Living the dream. Are you of voting age, Seabear? I forget. So you're, yeah. You planning to vote in the Democratic primaries? Are you registered to vote?
Just like in training. How do I feel about Brexit? I'm a Remainer. So I'm rather pissed off about it. But the silver lining for me is I'm leaving anyway, sometime this year, hopefully, so it doesn't affect me too much. And hopefully, with any luck, it won't affect my TwitchCon trip either. I am not a
I don't know yet. It's one of those things where you start it and then you just wait
until something happens, and it can take a while. The estimate generally is 5 to 9 months from when you start. So it could be anywhere from May to September or October, depending on, well, the fact that we haven't even filed it yet means that it's somewhere between July and November, I guess. Depending on how long it takes. So if we don't get our act together and sort it out soon, it might, if it goes really slowly, end up next year, early next year. So I don't know. So are you in the Bernie camp, Seabear? Yeah, still planning to, Seabear. Still trying to sort it out. Still trying to sort it out. It's a long process. Oh. Michigan is where I'll end up. March 17th. Yeah, Bernie is the right choice. Pete Buttigieg is an elitist prick, to put it bluntly. He's only in it for himself. He wants to be president because it's president, right? He's very self-centered, I get the impression. He just wants to have a big title to make himself feel good. He doesn't really care about anyone else. So he's not a good guy to elect. Bernie, on the other hand, he actually gives it. He cares, right? He cares about the average person and he wants to make their life better. And he's been doing that for decades. So he's the right guy to elect. Because he actually cares about people. And he doesn't lie about stuff just because he's done some bad things in the past and then he just wants to cover it up with lies. He hasn't done any bad stuff in the past as far as I can see, and even when he does do bad stuff, like he voted for the war in Afghanistan, but he acknowledged that and he says that was the wrong decision. He actually admits when he's wrong, unlike all these other politicians that will just lie or make excuses, right? Yeah, exactly, Seabear. He's so self-obsessed. He thinks he's the best at everything. It's a bit like Trump. Although he's nowhere near as bad as Trump, I think his self-importance is just as bad as Trump, right? He thinks he's the best. Coronavirus isn't as deadly or as dangerous as you might think. The only people it's killing are people that are already pretty unhealthy in terms of their... If someone has a compromised immune system and they get coronavirus, they're pretty screwed. But for normal healthy people, you've got nothing to worry about. If you do catch it, you'll get ill for a while. It'll be like a flu, like maybe a bad flu, and then you'll recover. No problem.
The biggest problem with coronavirus is the fact that it's infectious during its incubation period, which can last between a few days and a couple weeks, which means it can spread far and wide before it's even noticed, which is the most dangerous form of a contagion like that. But the good thing is that it doesn't kill healthy people in general, so you're pretty safe if you keep yourself healthy and, you know, hygienic. Fine.
Together we are strong.
Only here do I not feel outcast.
Justice delivered.
Yeah.
I don't even feel you know nothing.
But yeah, if you do have a weak immune system, you need to be very, very careful. Of course. Wash your hands constantly.
5, 4,
Basically.
3,
If you touch anything you don't know where it's come from, wash your hands.
round 1. Capture the objective.
And don't eat anything that hasn't been prepared by you unless you know it's safe. Right. So I'd say for people with weakened immune systems, they should avoid public restaurants and stuff like that in areas where coronavirus has been detected, and even if in areas where it hasn't, because it can be infectious during its incubation period, which means it could exist in an area and be spreading in an area for a couple weeks before even the first person shows signs. Yeah.
Век живи, век учись.
I think the mortality rate for it is about 2%, which could still kill a lot of people. If everyone in the world gets infected by it, that's gonna kill what, 160 million people. And not everyone in the world is gonna get infected by it, so should be fine. I think I did my maths wrong, but no. That's way more than 2%. Or is it? 8 billion divided by 10.
I am still in the
800 million. And then a fifth of that. Yeah. So 150 to 200 million. If 2% is, you know, the approximate amount. But, yeah, that's if every single person on Earth got infected by it. So it would be pretty devastating if that happened.
This objective must be ours.
Michigan. See there, Michigan. Not too far away from you are. Where you are. A state or two away, I think. You had Indian food for your birthday. Indian food is nice. Nice.
No one can hide from my sight.
Why wouldn't you be able to play with me anymore? You can log onto the American region.
Round lost.
As long as you can tolerate 100 to 150 millisecond ping.
Score 0 to 1.
It's not unplayable. It depends. It depends how tolerant you are, I suppose, of that kind of thing. I find it fine to play on American servers. It doesn't bother me at all.
Look after yourselves out there. I'll get us home safe.
Yeah. I'm probably going to host a little get-together at some point after I arrive, for people who want to, you know, visit. I will be having an official... I'll be having 2 weddings, right? One official, one unofficial. The unofficial one will be a year after the official one. And the official one is to make sure I can process all the legal stuff to allow me to stay. And then we'll have the unofficial one, which will be like a big ceremony a year after that. Just to give us plenty of time to save up and prepare for it. The unofficial one is just going to be a bare bones ceremony, just enough to be, you know, legal, basically.
anyone's welcome that would want to attend that and can afford to do it. Yeah, I got engaged in May.
Hello.
I'm on fire. Everyone follow me.
I will probably want to keep the attendance somewhat limited. I didn't want hundreds of people turning up. Right. Not that that would happen, but still.
My ultimate is charging. Greetings. My ultimate is almost ready.
I wouldn't expect Jeff to turn up, especially to you know, smaller thing. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? I don't. I mean, his abilities sounded like they could be rather OP. The ability to effectively double damage for anyone in your team. The ability to make people immune to death in a radius. Those both sound rather overpowered. Right? They're kind of crazy. And yet somehow they're balanced.
No one can hide from my sight.
Taking the objective. Come on over.
No. Some people are saying that this whole coronavirus thing was a plot by the Chinese government. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. If you're gonna do that, you don't infect your own country first. That's a stupid idea.
Без труда не видишь и рыбку из пруда.
It's like if you decide you want to do some harm to a room full of people with a knife, the first person you stab is not yourself. That's silly. Yeah, go to the Tobalstein.
No one can hide from my sight.
Yeah, and they probably would choose something a bit more deadly as well. You're right. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of things that they've developed through immunology research that would be far more effective. Stuff that has what coronavirus has, which is the long incubation period with infectivity included, plus a more deadly result. I'm sure you could combine those two together. Wouldn't be too difficult. So yeah. Yeah, if there was some kind of nefarious plot, then I'm sure it would have been something a lot more worrisome. But the fact that it's just a bad flu that kills people that are already susceptible to serious contagions, I don't think it's deliberate in any way.
Play of the
Yeah. I mean, the current prevailing theory is the fact that it was basically cross-contamination from some sort of animals or something. Because they think it originated from a fish food market or something like that. So some kind of animal to human cross contagion. Which is rare. Animal to human cross contagion is super rare because bacteria and viruses are very specialized to target very specific animal groups, and they don't work really outside of that very often at all. It's just how biology works in general. Which is why you rarely ever hear about people catching stuff from animals, because it is super rare. It does happen from time to time. Things like bird flu, swine flu, they're rare examples, right? Otherwise, there'd be more specific names for them. Sure, these viruses have specific names, but the general reference to them is an indicator of how rare it is. Because if there was lots of different types of bird flu or lots of different types of swine flu that were different enough to call them something different, we'd have different names for them. Didn't the Black Plague originate from rats? Yes and no. Rats were the carriers. So they carried the plague around. They didn't suffer from it. They were just the delivery method, as it were. Fleas, yeah. The low sanitation was responsible for it, really. The fact that Britons had and Europeans had basically rejected the Romans' idea of keep yourself clean and you keep yourself well resulted in the Black Plague wiping out, like, what, a third of everyone in Europe. It was quite ridiculous how many people died from that. Because they just rejected Romans' ideas of sanitation. Pretty dumb, really. Because if you look at the history of it, Rome and the Roman Empire, the populations of their cities where they actually implemented proper sanitation exploded. Because people were actually not dying from basic stuff that was prevented by basic sanitation. As soon as the Roman Empire collapsed, a lot of these places basically abandoned the Romans' ideas of sanitation as a whole, and their populations dropped as a result. I think one of the first cities to ever hit 1 million was a Roman city. So you can't just not spread a virus. It's very difficult, especially with something that's contagious during its infection period, in its incubation period. If something's infectious during its incubation period, that means that there are no visible symptoms. You don't know you're sick, so you don't know to be careful not to spread your sickness. So you're going to be doing your usual stuff, be out in public, interacting with various people. So you're going to be unwittingly spreading the thing. And by the time you know you're sick, you've already spread it to many other people. It's pretty impossible to prevent people from spreading it when they don't even know they have it. That's the scariest part about the coronavirus. Not the virus itself, but the fact that it spreads under the radar. It spreads stealthily. There's no way of really knowing where it is at any one time, because it can be spread before people even know they have it. That's the scariest part about it. Because the virus itself isn't that bad. Sure, it does kill about 2% of people, and that's bad, right? Inherently. But people telling you you're in danger if you're a healthy person, they're wrong. Keep yourself, you know, fit and healthy and well fed, and you'll be fine, even if you do get it. I wonder how many people are using coronavirus as an excuse to skive off work or school. They're like, yeah, I'm sick. Can't come in. Because that's a super easy excuse right now. Right? If something like that is going around, you can just pretend you're sick so you don't have to do it. Don't do it, Walrus, unless you're actually sick. Because you might joke about it, you might say, yeah, I'm sick, I'm going to stay home. And then a few days later, you might actually get it. And then they'll doubt whether you're actually sick, and you've made things a whole lot worse. Because that's how time works, Phoenix. February follows January, and January is done. It's gone. It's in the past. It's no longer here. February 1st today, yeah. February is only 2 days shorter than January.
Together, we are
This year, anyway. Because it's a leap year.
all systems checked out, ready for combat maneuvers.
Hoi!
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Hello.
Hoi!
5, 4,
So what if we are in a video game and every time you go to sleep you're saving the game, right? And you know, if you die and you don't want to, and you want to do the day over, you can just do the game over, the day over. You don't remember your previous run through of that day. So some days are pretty bad, but you're like, screw it. I really can't be asked to redo that day. I'm just gonna let it continue. It's fine.
In range of the objective. Form up on me.
Oh, hello.
Explain how Kobe didn't respawn. It's simple. He decided he'd turn auto-saving off because, you know, he was confident that everything would be alright. And then, you know, whoops. Oh dear. Forgot to save. These things happen. Yeah. He was on, or maybe he was running hardcore mode. Permadeath, that's it. You're done, you don't get another chance. Ooh. Well, here's the thing.
temporary setback.
A stopped clock is right twice a day. But it's wrong every other time. Right? So you can use Simpsons as like, oh look, they got something right again. Yeah, but you've got decades of episodes to look through to find something that might vaguely resemble something that's happened in real life. Right? So, unless it mentioned coronavirus by name, it's not got it right. It's just something that resembles something that happened in The Simpsons. Same thing with Kobe. So if instead of Bernie Sanders winning the next elections, it's someone just called Lisa Simpson that came out of nowhere. Newsflash: no one called Lisa Simpson is currently running for president right now. Then Simpsons has got it wrong again.
Just like in training.
So have you actually seen the episode, Phoenix?
10 seconds remaining.
And was it made before all of this happened?
This will restore you.
Wow.
Defeat. Play of the game.
Let's let's see. So let's look into this. So during the 1993 episode, everyone in Springfield was dying to get their hands on fancy blenders, as juicing became a popular fad in the town. One scene shows a factory worker in Japan coughing over the blenders before they were shipped to the US. In the episode, the virus called the Osaka flu spread in the US. So it was called the Osaka flu in the episode, and it came from Japan, not China. So wrong name, wrong origin country. As a result, most of the residents in Springfield get ill as the Osaka flu spreads throughout the town. However, fans have taken to Twitter to discuss the episode that aired 27 years ago. However, they fail to note that the Osaka flu fictionally originated in Japan and the coronavirus is believed to originate in Wuhan, China. One person even edited Osaka flu to coronavirus in Kent Brockman's news report from the episode. So yeah, it's an edit. The new coronavirus is now worse than the SARS outbreak as global cases hit almost 10,000. So over 200 deaths so far. Yeah, still around a 2% mortality. Yep, you're still able to join me if you wish. Yeah. SARS was more dangerous than coronaviruses, though. If you send me a friend request via my tag, I can invite you to my friends list and my group.
Pathetic. My ultimate is pathetic.
If you did it already, I've probably declined it if I wasn't expecting it, because I get so many requests I can't accept them all. So I'd need to send you a request instead. Sending a second request doesn't work. Because of a long-standing bug they've just haven't fixed. Yeah. Trump himself is too far gone. It's not just his supporters that are too far gone, it's Trump himself. Is this yours, Bennett? I'd rather you didn't advocate for violence like that, Phoenix, please. Even for someone like him. Yeah, I'll invite more when I find a game. Such interesting dancing. Ouch. Rude.
Move out, pathetic.
Why? Just why? Explain to me why, Genji. I do not know the YouTube channel Bright Side. You heard an interesting theory? What's that? So his head just spontaneously exploded? Unlikely. It was just spontaneously a hole appeared there where there wasn't a hole before. Yeah, makes sense.
Select your hero.
That's just dumb. Clickbait videos about quote-unquote science. It's like the people that have genuine discussions thinking there's a debate between flat earthers and globe earthers. They think it's equal. Silly billies. Yeah.
Round one. Capture the objective.
Yeah, some people think research just means watching some YouTube videos on one side of an argument and not the other side. And that's their research. If you're unsure of anything, the best way of doing it, I think, if you're going to do your research on YouTube, is to watch a debate between the two different sides. And then, if any interesting points are brought up by either of the sides, you pause the video, you open a new tab, and you Google it. And you find out what's going on with that, exactly. And you try to find both sides in an article online about it, right? One of the points that was brought up in a flat earther YouTube video recently I saw was the fact that the formula for centrifugal force and the formula for centripetal force are the exact same formula, which was a bit confusing to me until I looked into it. So some things they bring up are a little weird and a little confusing, but it's usually, if they're representing it one way, they're usually misrepresenting it if they're for the side of bunk science, right? Because when you look into it, it's actually not as weird or you know, contradictory as it might first appear. One of the more hilarious sides of the whole gravity debate is, oh yeah, it's not that gravity doesn't exist, it's just buoyancy and density. Yes, but what determines the direction of those things? It's called gravity. Have you noticed? Buoyancy is always up.
Or makes it up, because it's the opposite of down, right?
Wrestle with Jeff.
And down is gravity.
I claim this objective. Stand with me.
Doesn't believe in space. Explain GPS without space. Yeah, that girl you keep telling me about, Walrus, is just too far gone. Too far gone. Because you keep telling me about loads of stupid things she believes in. It's just, it's worse every time. It's just worse every time. I don't understand it.
Think you can keep up with me?
Well, the thing is with saints is they're basically just arbitrary, right? Saints are an arbitrary choice by the church. The church just choose, yeah, that person did some stuff that we think is good. We'll call them a saint. An example of that is Mother Teresa. Now, Mother Teresa, you may have been taught, was a saint, right? A person who did some really good stuff. But if you actually look into it, she was a sadist. She enjoyed making people suffer. And that's not something I'd want to celebrate in any way, shape or form. Now, I don't have all the details like offhand, but if you actually look into the history of Mother Teresa, you'll find out that what the church like to tell us is vastly different to the actual reality of things. Now, I might be completely off with what I remember, but essentially, if I remember correctly, which might be completely wrong, she'd basically take sick people away from like doctors and hospitals and use like faith healing or whatever to try and heal them, which caused them unending suffering. But she believed that that would be better than actually using regular medicine on them. Now, that might be me misremembering it, but it was horrific what she did, basically. But I don't think it's at all justified to call her a saint because of what she did. Yeah. The important thing to remember usually is that, yeah, most famous people of history had a dark side of one way, shape or form. And no one is perfect, everyone is human. And history chooses to remember people in certain lights and ignore the bad stuff. Christopher Columbus was debatably moral, he did a lot of immoral stuff as well as some good stuff, but there's some debate online as to how much bad stuff he actually did and what he didn't do and all these kind of things. So, I've seen both sides of the argument for Christopher Columbus, and I don't know what to think myself. Some of the accounts that suggest he was a bad guy are not first-party accounts, they're third-party accounts, and maybe embellishing the reality of things, misquoting him, stuff like that. So I'm really not sure what to think in that. And it's you can never know for sure because it was so long ago. Christopher Columbus is someone who did apparently the common misconception is that he discovered America, which is not true. First and foremost, he ended up finding a lot of the Caribbean islands, and that was pretty much it. And then just went home again, if I remember correctly. What's my average energy on Zarya? 11%, I think? It's crap. It's bad.
Soldier 76, reporting for duty.
Victory. Play of the game.
Ooh, 6-man stack.
Double.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Double kill.
So, one of the things that Mother Teresa said was that suffering was a gift from God. Now, it doesn't sound like a good thing to say. She spent her life opposing the only known cure for poverty, which is the empowerment of women and the emancipation of them from livestock version of compulsory reproduction. Many more people are poor and sick because of the life of Mother Teresa. Even more will be poor and sick if her example is followed. She was a fanatic, a fundamentalist, and a fraud, and the church that officially protects those who violate the innocent has given us another clear sign of where it truly stands on moral and ethical questions. That was Christopher Hitchens who said that. Who didn't choose? Okay, there we go. And
Welcome to Blizzard World.
by the end of her life, she was actually an atheist or agnostic. She destroyed her own faith. Which is ironic, really, because the church still call her a saint, when in fact she'd rejected her faith by the end. Teresa made the poor, helpless people in her institutions suffer for Jesus, but was not even certain if God or Jesus existed.
Enough waiting around, let's get out there.
So yeah, it doesn't sound like a very nice person, does she?
I can't wait to get on some rides. Which one first?
She was a strong pro-life person. She was strongly against abortion and contraception. Jeez.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective.
Ready for battle.
You wanna join the queue? Okay, there we go. Zarya and Diva. Yeah, just Zarya and Diva. That's all I got left. I got, let's have a look. I've got 97 hours left on Zarya. And then 148 on Diva. So in total, I've got 245 hours remaining.
I am taking the objective. Join me.
Would I play Risk of Rain 2 on stream? I don't know. It's not a game I played it. I think I played it once with Alan and I think Rosie. Maybe twice. But I haven't touched it since on my own. I haven't felt the need or desire to play it.
Objective A captured.
Hello.
Escort the payload.
Greetings.
I am moving the payload.
It's a weird word choice.
Oh, hello there.
My blade is ready to
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't wrong when I was saying that she basically took people away from doctors and hospitals. Yeah, it's basically what she was doing. She would convince people that staying with her was better than going to the hospital or the doctor, and that suffering was what they were meant to be going through, because it was a test of their faith. To die from their illness was a failure on their part. To get through without medical treatment was a positive test of their faith, right? If they could get better on their own, that meant their faith was strong enough.
Heroes never die.
Real nasty stuff. Ooh.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Yeah.
Keep this moving.
On YouTube, it's extremely easy to convince anyone of anything. All you need to do is state it with confidence, and some people are going to believe you, no matter what you're saying. If you state it with confidence, like you know what you're talking about, then people will believe you. Doesn't matter what you're saying. Yeah, most sharks are not that dangerous because they don't generally attack humans. They'll only attack a human if they mistake it for something else. In most cases, there probably are some fringe cases of species that are very aggressive and should be avoided. But for the most part, like the great white, they're not that dangerous. I mean, they might attack a human if they either mistake it for a usual target of prey, or if they're extremely hungry and they really don't have a choice. They're starving, they're gonna try and eat whatever they can.
Victory.
Yeah. Death from shark attack is very rare. Indeed. You're more likely to die from a hippo than you are from a shark. Hippos are extremely dangerous. They might not look it, but they're very dangerous. And they can run really fast on land. Surprisingly fast for their size and shape. You can't outrun a hippo. If you piss off a hippo, you're basically screwed. You got no chance. Let's see. So a hippo can run at 30 kilometers an hour. That's 19 miles an hour. There's no way you're outrunning that. Tell ya, don't piss off a hippo. And its bite is incredibly strong as well. Usain Bolt. Top speed. 27 miles an hour. Yeah, so Usain Bolt could outrun a hippo. So if you're a if you're a athletic high-speed runner, yeah, you could outrun a hippo, but unless you're a professional athlete, you're probably screwed. So yeah, be careful.
Traveling to Dorado. Prepare to attack.
Yeah, the thing is, that's his top speed over 100 meters, right? I don't know how fast he'd be able to run a longer distance. I don't know what his stamina running is like. So yeah, if he drops down to 20 mile an hour, yeah.
Together we are strong.
Double, triple,
Wrong skin. Oops. I thought you said you didn't like that skin, Walrus.
Commences in 30 seconds.
Did you misclick it? Okay. You silly walrus cat.
A man who is half machine.
The heart of a man still beats inside me.
Oh well. Oh yeah. He'd probably be okay against the hippo. As long as he's not caught off guard. Right? But the average person is not going to be okay against him. They're going to be screwed. They get chomped up very quickly. Yep. And I mean, probably the most dangerous hippos are the female ones, because they're going to want to protect their kids from harm. So you better not threaten a female hippo, because you'll get screwed very quickly.
I'm even stronger.
Yeah. It's a book. So it's basically a YouTube channel of mildly interesting. Nice. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I think one of the best YouTubers out there in terms of actual, factual videos that are interesting and get to the point is Tom Scott, right? Tom Scott does interesting videos that just get straight to the point with no preamble or messing about. It's pure informational videos, no fluff, right? So if you like pure informational videos, Tom Scott is a great channel for that. More channels should be like that. They don't start off the video by saying like and subscribe and all that kind of nonsense. It just gets straight to the point of what he's talking about, describes it, and then ends the video. His last video I watched was 3 minutes long. Just 3 minutes. He didn't bother dragging it out to 10 minutes for the algorithm. It's just 3 minutes is all he needed to talk what he wanted to talk about, and that was it. Probably could have cut that down more if he wanted to. I'll do that one.
Rocket barrage incoming. Give me another shot.
Ugh.
Your best shot. Barriers on you.
Barriers on you. No. Ooh, nice. Whoa!
A temporary setback.
I mean, I think he's got a couple main series he does, which are called Things You Might Not Know, which is a much more accurate title than, you know, a lot of YouTube series. And another called Amazing Places or something like that. Simple, to the point, factual titles. Oh no! Oh no. Yeah, there's a lot of plagiarism that goes on YouTube. A lot of these top 10 channels just rip their lists from websites they find online. There's a lot of channels out there these days that basically just take Reddit posts and read them out, either themselves or through a text-to-speech voice, which is even lazier. So it's heavily recycled content for clicks. I mean, basically all they do is they go onto Reddit, they go onto a specific subreddit, sort by top, pick a date range, and just pick a few of those and you know, do a video on that. They make pretty much zero effort, and yet they get loads of people watching because they're lazy and don't want to read. I think that some of the biggest things that you can make money off is laziness. That's one of the biggest things you can make money off. People's laziness. I used that in World of Warcraft when I played World of Warcraft. I'd capitalize on people's laziness by selling things on the auction house you could just go to a vendor and buy. It was hilarious. I made so much money. Work smart, not hard. Exactly. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow, a big ball pooped out lots of little balls. Overwatch is a game about balls. Da-na-na. Ow.
Let's get you back in the fight.
Yeah. Capitalizing on laziness. Amazing.
My will is unbroken.
Stop.
30
Let's get
seconds.
moving.
The thing about bubbling inside an ult is once your bubble's gone, you're going to take damage from the ult if it's one that continues. So although you might get full charge from the bubble, you might just die instantly after that as well. You have to be careful not to do it to your ult, else you can have a bad time. There we go. Oh, stay on the payload, stay on the payload. Oh. Yeah.
Victory.
Found a massive bug in the JavaScript of your website. Oh, better get out the fly swatter. Or the bug spray.
Play of the game. Double.
Justice reigns from
Okay. Bye-bye. It's quite a bit of objective time. Yep, I can do a role change. Oops. Open a loot box. It's a legendary. Yeah, Hammond voice lines have just not worked for a while, have they? In loot boxes. Hey, Flamer. And Petter. That's pretty much the exact same question from two people at the same time. Suspicious.
Now Petra.
Walks among you.
Hey, look, I'm standing on nothing at all.
Howdy. Hey. Revenge is pathetic. Revenge is pathetic.
Oh, I didn't quite manage it. You watched my recent video? Which one? The Evergrove episode? Or one of my live streams? Who did it? Yeah. Evergrove is my news series. We talked about the recent dev update.
Pathetic.
Why are you so rude, Walrus? Why are you so rude? I had two-shot you there. Wow.
I'm good to go.
It's Just wanted to see how much damage I could do with one shot. Apparently quite a bit. Hmm. $300. Hmm.
Pathetic. I'm back. Pathetic. I'm back in black.
Hmm. I don't think I hit that one right. I don't think it's quite 300, but it's almost 300.
That which doesn't kill you. Pathetic. From the shadows. Pathetic.
If I just do single alt without doing anything else, how much damage does that do to a single character? Come back, piggy. I know it does over 200. How much more? So it's 280 with a headshot.
Pathetic. 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 Pathetic.
Hey, don't do that. Alright. You are. Oh. You at full health, Walrus? You at full health? Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Pathetic.
Let's try. How much is that? 500? 510? Okay. So about 510. Interesting.
Select your hero.
Damage buff that Nano gives 50%, I think.
Together, we are strong.
Yeah, 50% damage boost, 50% damage resistance. So they do 50% more damage and take 50% less damage, which is pretty good. Same as Supercharge. Well, Supercharger doesn't have the damage resistance bonus, but it does do the damage boosts. Yeah. It's interesting how, if you compare the two, Supercharger is 50% damage boost for everyone in its area, but can be destroyed, while Nano Boost is uncounterable, essentially. You cannot prevent the extra damage and the reduced damage once it's already been applied. You can disable the player so they can't make use of it, but you can't prevent it from being in effect. So it's interesting how Blizzard, in their eyes, they're viewing 6 players doing 50% extra damage, but being preventable is the same as 1 player doing 50% more damage and taking less damage. They're equal in Blizzard's eyes, right? They're the same. Which is interesting.
A temporary setback.
But I suppose with Nano, it's not tied to a destructible object either. It's wherever that hero tends to be. So I suppose the mobility aspect is also an advantage for Nano Boost too. I'm not sure if Nano and Supercharger stack together. I don't think so. Because they're the exact same damage boost. So Mercy's damage boost, however, I think does. Because it's a different percentage. That's easily tested though. They do change these things every now and then. Yeah, multiple damage boosts from Mercy don't stack. Because they're the same percentage. I think what the logic that Blizzard use are if two things are the same, they don't stack. But if they're different, they do. Which makes a certain amount of sense. Mercy's bonus is 30%, I think. Yeah, 30%. I'll do a roll queue change again. If Walrus is here. If not, I can't do it. Wanna join? Suppose that could be arranged. But I think Walrus is AFK, so I might have to wait for him to come back. But I've got break soon, so it's kind of like, do I take an early break while Walrus is on break? That way we're not wasting time. It depends how damage boost stacks. Is it multiplicative or is it additive? Yeah, so I think what I'll do to coincide with Walrus being a BRB is I'll do a BRB too, and then we can resume when we're both back. So I'll break before 4 o'clock up until 4 o'clock. That works too. BRB.
Righto.
Dave, you need to save us. I apparently queued to a game while not being like to a competitive game while not being a game. I have no idea. It's so dumb.
What?
Okay, I need to like leave the group or something and join it back. I'll explain it later.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Let's try again. What? There we go. No, there's no space.
So basically, there's a bug that you can like queue to a competitive capture the flag while not being able to, while not being the group leader, and I accidentally did it. No, that was an accident. I wasn't sure that would actually work. Yeah, I know it. I know it is.
Oasis. Oh, I need to do the level up thing.
Level up.
There we go. Bleh. What's the problem with what? Oh, with the scythe. Yeah, simple mistake to make.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Don't you hate it when you want to go poop and you sit on the toilet and you're like, right, time to poop, and then no poop comes out, and like, why is no poop coming out? I need to poop. And then you give up. And you're like, yeah, okay, I guess I didn't need to poop. And then you sit back down and it's like, yeah, I need to poop. But you tried to poop, but it didn't work. Yep, that's me. I'll just wait. Usually waiting for a while and then doing it again and seeing if it works. Usually the way to go. Let it brew for a while. Ugh. Ah!
This fight is not over.
Would you like to know the specials?
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Having fun with the cars? Good, good. Fun is important.
Get in, vegetables.
not kill me if I'm already dead. Oof.
A temporary setback. It's only a game. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
I'll save you.
Get in there.
Oh, that was super close. Oh yeah. Ah, rip. Bonk. No. Car wins. It does 10 million damage on contact. You don't want to F with a car. Oh jeez, well.
I mean, go have fun there in the car.
No, lure him to the edge. I'll get him with a turbo steam. Ah. Come back, monkey. I wanted to grab you into the road. Come on. Come on. Oh!
Hello.
I grabbed a car. Wow, did you see that?
Mortality field down. Watch yourself.
Yes, that's the actual amount of damage a car does. 10 million.
Score 0-1.
System check initiated. Green across the board. I'm ready for action.
I know that because originally when Baptiste first came out, the damage prevented actually counted when you got hit by a car if you were in the immortality field radius. So you could get absurd values on damage prevented card at the end of the match. They fixed that though after I got that clip on Fresh Nuts. But you know, it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I know. Does anyone actually have Factorio here that wants to join me later? Because it might be a multiplayer game of just myself. No one's joining.
Perseverance is the key.
Because I came up with a Factorio title that implies multiplayer, but if I'm just playing by myself, that's kind of disappointing.
My ultimate is charged.
Well, multiplayer requires an online connection, so... You have to log in with your Factorio account or whatever.
Perseverance is the key.
In the next major patch, you won't have to just log in through Steam, but the current version it's to have a separate Factorio account, which doesn't take long to set up, isn't it? It's fine. Yeah, splat. Alan said he's interested in joining, but he's got stuff to do this evening, so he's not sure if he can.
Practice makes perfect.
EMP activated.
No, he's just a friend that I've known since 2004 or something. So
My will is
I met him in my first year of college. We've been friends since then.
冻住，不许走！
Oh, let's break it.
I might have someone who might be interested.
Defeat. Play of the game.
Inviver? Okay.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello there, fellow gamer.
What? Gamer? Hmm. Right.
Arriving at Chateau Gia.
Pathetic, 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 pathetic.
Nice view. Hmm. Ooh, that actually works.
Pathetic. Hi.
Walrus, leave me alone.
G'day, mate.
Mean.
G'day.
Hi.
G'day,
Don't make me out hog you.
I mean, I could just freeze him forever, you know, that's way better.
You try to hook me, that's why I shot.
Wait, don't worry about it, I'm gonna freeze him forever, he's gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let him play the video game. Oh, okay, no, I just thought of them about himself.
The grave cannot. Pathetic.
Hello. You failed to hook me.
Revenge is pathetic. Things are looking grim.
Okay, I feel like cyberbullying. Okay.
I can dance while in the trap. Wow.
Can you like go away? I wasn't even.
Why did this guy kill him? I wanted to make his death slowing and
Yeah.
I guess. That's way more fun. That's why he makes this.
I will get my pathetic.
How rude.
Wait, I'm not shooting you. I'm not shooting you. I'm not shooting you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I just want to get this with a hand though.
Oh,
Stop it.
okay.
He thinks he's better.
Greetings.
Hold on.
I believe in you. Okay, get him. I have no idea where he is, but I believe in you.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
No.
This time, pathetic.
Whoa, my
No,
God.
look, I'm a shield for you. I'm a shield. Why did he die? I was protecting you.
He hits nothing but body shots.
It's getting better. Just protect your body. I mean, also technically, air is also a part of the body.
My ultimate is ready. Death Blossom is pathetic.
No.
Fuck.
Die.
You don't.
You died.
Hi. Pathetic. Hello.
Who is playing Farah?
Walrus.
Walrus, why?
Because it doesn't like you, apparently. I mean, technically, with our voice go, just go blame
No.
You can out-rock paper scissors him, because that's how Overwatch works.
Revenge is pathetic. From the shadows, pathetic.
LOL.
No!
Pathetic.
Okay, Dave. Okay, fuck. Sorry. That happened.
Wow.
No! You can't book me. Oh fuck, no, okay, I'll kill myself.
Ooh.
If you didn't have lifesteal.
Welcome to Hollywood. Prepare your defenses.
Honestly, it can't get nerfed quicker. I can't wait. Does the stream window have to be open to get my stuff? Or can I minimize the tab?
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Hello.
To the main area. Hello.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
I'm not paying you for your acting ability. Get moving.
Whoa! Whoa!
Unlucky. Oh, didn't think you were gonna win.
Don't worry, I saved him with my 200 HP shield. My favorite shield tank. Actually never got to stun a with Stigma yet since the patch, and I really want to try it.
Whoa, watch out! No.
Tracer.
What?
There was a tracer on point, I don't know why she's gone.
Around. She's upstairs or something, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, back there.
Oh my god. Right, can I minimize the stream window and keep getting my 3 bits and stuff or not?
Yeah, you should be able to minimize it.
Right.
If you drop the quality down to 160p, it won't impact the frame rate.
It is impacting my frame rate on 160p, which is why I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's never been a problem before, but the game doesn't like me today. Nope, not getting stuff like that. No.
Right.
My ultimate is ready.
I am not a good loser.
God damn.
Hello.
Okay, I'm gonna play Anna just so I can try to like sleep in ult in Sigma because that will be funny.
And you can nano me.
I'll think about that.
Stop the payload.
I prefer nanoing Mercy if we had one. But I get at least 6k. If you don't get 6k, I won't nano you.
What the fuck? Where's the rest of the team? I didn't mean use, I meant their team. There was Anna, and then there was just like nobody. There was just the Roadhog and the Sigma.
A temporary setback.
Hello.
Bum, bum,
Hello.
bum, bum.
Greetings. Hello.
And just coordinating with someone who might be able to get us a load of experienced people for the Factorio run.
What the fuck?
Stop dying, what's the problem?
What? A Junkrat just shot through my deflect.
Because that's how Genji works in 2020. The best way to play Genji right now is just press H to not play him.
I don't have it bound to H, so that's like...
Oh. Yikes. Oh my god, they're all on me, I'm dead. Okay.
I am still in the fight.
Oh, Dave's just AFK.
I'm typing about that Factorio run later, trying to coordinate it. We might be able to get a group of people together that actually have been practicing speedruns in multiplayer, so might be able to get a really good run together.
I have the money to buy it.
I'm not sure exactly how many there'll be, but it'll be a few.
I just nanoed you.
Hello.
I am still in the fight.
Greetings.
Am I a joke to you?
Haha, funny joke.
I know very suddenly my entire life more than that.
Oh no.
Rocket barrage incoming.
Oh wow, 59.
I love how the tanks are the only people I can ever find.
Play of the game.
Lowest level gets play of the game. Ooh. Lowest level in our team anyway.
Oh, you know how I said I thought my problem had been fixed?
Yeah.
No.
Like
Tried
the
everything
website.
at this point, and I've put a thing up on the forums, and I've just not even had a reply to it.
What thing? Oh, you mean the weird
The
colours?
Yeah. There's literally nothing I can do.
Hmm.
Because I've tried, like, I went through to go and get, like, the ticket for Blizzard. And then when I go through, it just says, oh, try putting a forum post up. I
Then
really
like,
don't know what to do. It's like,
They
because
like, never, they never like say forum posts.
like it's a proper issue though, because it really throws me off and I can't play. Oh, I got hacked, so I got Dashline. They got into my email and then had my Spotify and my EA account and my Blizzard account.
Wow.
That was really close. I might should change it before they did anything, but...
Good. Haven't you got
Can't
two-factor
deny.
authentication on your email?
It was a Hotmail, so no. Because Hotmail's not secure.
Yeah, so ditch that. Create a Gmail, put an
Yeah, I
auto
created-
redirect to your
I did a
Gmail.
third Gmail. I did a third Gmail because I've already got two.
Yeah.
But it's just because most things are signed up with my Hotmail because it's just like force of habit because I've been using it since I was 6.
Wow.
Together, we are strong.
Not entirely sure how to find my forum posts.
Let Russia never repeat the mistakes of this country.
I don't see
It sounds
any
like
link to it.
we'll be 4 people, including myself.
Commences in 30 seconds.
I do not think Cyborg is welcome with open arms in Junkertown.
Greetings. Ich bin da.
Yeah, I don't see how to find my own forum posts.
Hmm.
5, 4, 3,
There's no link to it.
1. Attack commences.
Rude.
There's a Reaper up top on left.
Oh fuck. I just tried to kill the Mercy.
I am not a good loser.
My ultimate is charging.
Ah!
Primary objective. Move the payload.
I don't like learning Genji.
Moira is
Escorting the payload.
This was a trophy.
Oh no! Rude.
I am still in the fight.
Yeah, I've been feeling this whole game.
Have you been feeling?
Yeah, pretty much. So
Oh, he's gone, man. He's bloody. Ah!
Subnautica.
Skill and pesto.
I've looked into Subnautica a little bit, just to see what kind of game it is and what it's like. Seems interesting, but I don't know. It's not really a multiplayer thing, is it? So, or is it? I don't know.
I don't think it is.
The video I looked at was focused purely on single player, so I don't know whether multiplayer even exists in that game. Yeah.
I got you, but I'm just going them.
Onwards to victory.
Get me some healing, I'm gonna ult.
I know they will.
Do something here.
Obviously, why wouldn't you get none of his first?
Not necessarily walrus, but what I'm probably going to do is I'll reserve single player games for when I'm doing my 2-2-2 rather than when I'm doing my 4-2. Currently it's my 4-2 until I'm done with my quick play stuff, and then I'll switch to the 2-2-2. Right?
Right, I'll switch.
And then when the 2-2-2 happens, I'll probably have a section in there where I do single player stuff, and then the other 2 sections will be multiplayer, one of which being Overwatch, of course. So. Oh no.
Oh fuck. Oh no. I tried. What was scary? Okay, never mind, we're all dead. Phoenix, it's your time, you gotta get 6k with your blade.
You wish.
It's only 6, don't worry.
Most I've had is a 5. 4.
Don't worry, I'm fitting for you.
They don't have Sigma anymore, so it might actually be possible.
I believe in you. Wait, madam. Come on, got.
Well, I've almost got my Tobalstein again.
Is that good enough for you?
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice interrupt in that round.
Dope.
Is that good enough for you?
I love how we're all on payload even though it doesn't really help.
I've only got like 6 hours of deck, so you know. I deflected that.
I remember like I used to play Genji before I started playing comp, and then because I started playing comp everyone told me to go healer because there wasn't good to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Genji in comp.
Yeah.
I don't play DPS in comp. Like I kind of burnt myself out. I put 40 hours in a handle in one go. Didn't play anyone else, and then I just don't really play DPS anymore.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, Genji is honestly so fun, but it's so terrible.
Hello. Hello. Ooh.
Honestly, the only thing that's good about Genji is Nano Blade, and you need to get the Nano for that. About it, I'm gonna kill you. Okay, when made out of pit, that's where you die.
Hello. Aww. Got your new chair today and you're hoping some ways would like it, but he is missing. It's probably because it's new. Once he gets used to it, he'll probably be more comfortable with it. Cats are usually quite cautious about new stuff until they get used to it.
Mine's not, but mine's also really stupid. Like the first thing he did when we brought home, he was kind of walking along the banister, and it was a fairly flat banister. Just decides to fall off it down the stairs.
Wow.
He doesn't know how to balance. He's got no spatial awareness. just idiots. And we're not entirely sure how he's still alive.
Well, you know.
I'm glad he is.
I didn't have a reflection for that, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Junie's a rather clumsy cat. He's a lazy cat as well. He really can't be asked to do anything.
Yeah.
He can't be asked to meow properly. He's that lazy. He'll just squeak. He'll just make squeaky noises rather than meowing properly.
I was used to play loads on Forgotten, but like, I mean, the breed's a fairly lazy breed anyway. They tend to just kind of get fat, just do nothing but sleep.
Oh, hey, jeez. Jeez. Hello.
Right, that's Slipper. What's an out?
Ouch.
Wow. Love it when things just don't connect.
Yeah, amazing.
Oh, I don't have anything for that. Sorry.
Sniper! Must be cautious.
Greetings. No, excuse me. You're supposed to die when I tablestein you.
He just went through my deflect.
I told you Gandhi. Okay, Weston, I'm gonna pocket you when you're gonna ult, okay?
I'm gonna be for a while.
Weston, don't worry, I'll wait you. Just come from Dragon. No, don't worry about it. If they just push into it, just push it, honestly. Okay, I'm on.
Hello, Reaper.
Come on, you got it.
Are there new portrait leaks for Overwatch 2? Nope, not as far as I know. And there's no portraits planned for Overwatch 1, by the looks of it. Who knows? Guess we'll find out. Nice.
Mercy.
Ah, I failed to bubble you in time. Oh no, I got filled full of bullets. As did everyone else, it seems. Oof.
Play of the game.
Not long until I rape the leaves.
Yep. Okay. We are getting close to that. I've got less than 250 hours to go on my main quest. And only about 146,000 credits to go on my credits goal.
Together, we are strong.
Mace to the face. Mace to the mace to the mace to the face. I'll be busy soon enough. I'm not a piece of cake. I'm not a miracle worker.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Be sure to stretch before engaging in rigorous physical activity.
Okay. Steam is downloading the latest version of Factorio as well. We're running on the experimental build because it's slightly prettier than the current one, and there are a few balance changes too. Wow, that's almost a gig, but it's done 600 megs of it already. 700 megs, easy.
Break the window counter.
My frame rate should recover once it's done. And it's done. Okay, good. Downloaded a gig in about 30 seconds. I'll take it.
Frank break. Okay, now I'm dead.
Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Hello, hello, Roadhog. How you doing, Roadhog? Bubble. Going to the table, Steen.
Walrus are carrying.
Having fun there, Walrus.
You don't even see. Okay, you do.
Oh, Zany saw ya.
It was so great.
Come back.
You got away with that for a while.
Yeah.
Bastion, come back. No point pushing
This is my favorite stealth hero.
It's quite funny, actually.
I mean, this is a way better one.
New defense point. Objective B.
Where's that Widow?
I have no idea.
Fox coming left side, top left.
The Widow's on the right.
Ooh, dear me.
They're all coming top left.
They can't even see me. Move down,
Oof.
I'm the best.
I'm coming. Bang. Oh no.
I'm sending you Bastion. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Do it again, Mom. We just have 4 views.
Whoa, watch out. You might kill someone. Oh no.
I'm gonna get rid of them,
Aww. We're getting wrecked.
No.
Come on. I got though.
The what expansion?
Where does it hurt?
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna bullet the Widow. Just, you don't have that much shields now.
But what about Factorio? You could buy that. By the sound of it, though, we'll need people at least familiar with the game. Because, at least for today, anyway.
Reinhardt and Junk top left.
I'm just spark up into Orisa and Widow.
But it probably won't be my only time I play it, so if you did get it, you'd be able to join me when you feel comfortable doing it. Whoa!
I'm just winning the Widow.
Oh.
Wait, I was supposed to heal. Was I supposed to heal the team?
Wow, it's like they want to win or something.
Winning never thought about that.
Who plays to win? Cheat.
No, guy. I'm playing some with a Widow. Huge mercy.
I mean, I'm playing a win, that's why I switched off Genji so we'd actually have a chance.
I mean, that doesn't really matter.
Winning is for losers. Yeah, indeed.
Exactly.
And losing is for winners, right? Exactly.
Exactly.
Tacticals.
Oh, they've got a Doomfist now and he's coming left side.
Wow, so rude. You might not like my Togelstein. Ooh.
Healing on my creepies.
Ow.
Oh, nice. Ripper, what the fuck are you doing? We're gonna win now.
I don't understand.
Okay, no, we're losing. That's good.
We're almost done. I got my Togelstein. Have we got an ult to go with it? Nope. Alright, cool.
The one is dead. Don't kill. That's Thugger. Okay, I got none, okay.
Oh wow, Orisa died first though. Damn.
We got this.
Thank you.
I'll hold my Togelstein for now until the last moment.
Okay, I'm gonna stay behind them.
Break a shield.
If he charges, I'll just suck him. There you go, that should keep them off it.
Nice.
Play of the game.
He just jumped in the shadows. It's so good.
Only like 2 of those kills were actually his.
Welcome to play of the game in Overwatch.
Oh yeah, level up.
Level up.
Hey San, what's up? Hey, you got Pawn A, at least. You came moderately close to getting point B at times. It was a good game.
And then I dead-eyed them all off.
Nice. Ooh. Oh, I've got more credits than I thought I did. Okay, almost 860,000. Okay. All from free loot boxes.
Never bought a loot box.
I have bought loot boxes, but I spent all the credits I got from them before starting to save them up to 1 million.
So do you reckon you could have already had 1 million?
No.
No.
Definitely not.
Traveling to Mumbai. Prepare
Yeah.
to attack. Select your hero.
Greetings.
Together, we are strong.
Wait. I wouldn't say I carried that game. I've been saving up my credits since Anniversary 2017. So it's been a while. I think in that time I've probably leveled at least 6,000 levels. At least 6,500, 6,500 to 7,000 levels I've gained since I started saving up my credits. So I've gained around 300,000 credits a year on average. But it's been more since roll queue. Because credits are being dished out quite regularly with roll queue when I'm playing tank anyway. So I've gained quite a few from that as well. Yeah, you did, Ivan. You did.
Moira by your side. Symmetra reporting. Namaste. Hello.
Your best shot.
Ah, goodbye, Bastion.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna put up.
That's nice.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, you missed me. Oh. I am the champion. Oh, Bastion's coming back. Watch out for Bastion. Ooh, nice.
I just got his pixel. Yay.
What's that one?
Get 2 kills with 1 deflect, because I deflected 2 of Bastion's ult things.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Fire. I will lead us to victory. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Top 3 bits is top points. Top space points.
I just want to bully Widow, they don't have one. Oh, no, or Zany.
Oh no! Yeah, still going strong. He was originally trying to beat me to 1 million. He wanted to get 1 million tree bits before I got 1 million credits, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. At one point he was catching up, but that's not happening anymore for some reason. He lurks every stream, so that's good enough to get the maximum amount of tree bits, basically. I guess the dynamics in credits and roll queue rewards have really made it so I've pulled ahead in that regard. About 200,000 ahead And with less than 200,000 to go, it's going to be difficult for him to catch up. I don't think he will.
How long do you think? Oh fuck! How long do you think it will take for you to get to 1 million?
Yeah, he's been very busy with his studies. He pops in every now and then, says hi. He's still very busy. And before long, he will be doing his mandatory military service, so he'll be even less around. So yeah, he's like Beetlejuice. If you say his name enough, he appears. Whoa. Do you mean,
This fight is not over.
no. That's wrong though, Walrus. Oh, you mean messages? Okay.
I've got a blade.
A temporary setback.
No.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
They're really annoying me now. I'm gonna switch on my screen.
Yeah, indeed, Ivan, indeed. Yeah, I remember that too.
You do this every time.
It was never meant to be oopsie poosy. It was meant to be oopsie poopsie.
And what happened?
When I spelt it. And just accepted it.
I am not a good loser.
Go Sigma, you're weak.
He's a weak. I'm a month. That's a bigger value.
Got that eye.
Give me another shot.
Did some more walks?
Ooh. That did nothing. Okay. Oh. Explosive poops. Oh. Just Zarya and Diva, Ivan. I've got 1/3 of Diva of Zarya done, so I've got five thirds left. Right, 5/3.
Honestly, if you go somewhere, you could easily stay with the Bastion, but I'm fully good.
I can't play it. I will not.
I can.
How many plans for what's next? Yeah. I'm gonna do more all modes, get them all up to 333 in Mystery Heroes and Quick Play Classic. I'm gonna do as much Mystery Heroes as I can.
Look at the Bastion.
And then when I've run out of possible Mystery Heroes time, I'll finish it off with Play Classic. Because that's tracked now. Thanks to a lot of feedback asking it to be tracked. And
wait, is Quick Play Classic separate from Quick Play?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, I kind of want Total Mayhem to be tracked.
Yeah, me too.
The reason why Total Mayhem is not tracked is because of its insane nature, and it would skew the stats in a really weird way. So that's why they're not doing it.
I don't care about
it's
any
really
of
fun.
the stats. I would just like time to be tracked.
Yeah.
Come on,
But Jeff did say they're doing an overhaul of the career profile. A big overhaul for Overwatch 2 and a small refresh, as he called it, for Overwatch 1. What I think, though, my pet theory about that, if you didn't see my episode today, is that they're probably overhauling the stats section of the career profile, because it's a complete mess. So I'd expect them to overhaul that part, so it's basically consistent across all the heroes. So you can very easily and very quickly figure out how the heroes compare between each other. Perhaps making it easier to switch between the heroes as well.
Perseverance is the key.
I'm doing everything I can here. Not a keyboard, it's a keypad.
It's not an orange, it's a tangerine.
Oh. I was like, right there.
Really doesn't make much difference.
I'm gonna give the Batman sportsmanship.
If they weren't playing the most skillless hero in the game, you probably could have won.
I mean, more attack is way less skill. And honestly, Batman without shit is pretty standard with the end of the outcome for that.
I don't know, Ivan. I like to think that Blizzard are gonna be like, yeah, Overwatch 2, it's out today when BlizzCon comes around, right? Because that'd be cool if they just release it at BlizzCon. It's like, yeah, we told you we would be talking about it next BlizzCon, and guess why? We're releasing it today. Imagine that. Just surprise announcement. It's out. But for that to happen, we'll need to know it's already in beta, because it would have been in beta for like 6 months before that. So we'll see. If we get some kind of beta this year, sort of mid-year, then maybe it will come out at BlizzCon, but we'll see. It might just be the beta starts at BlizzCon this year. And that would be okay too, because that's kind of coming out, but not at the same time. Oh yeah, I don't think I'm gonna have to sign up for it. Based on the fact that they sent me loads of stuff in the past, they'll probably send me a beta invite. I might end up getting a closed beta invite if they do that.
That would be cool if they would.
Because with Overwatch 1, they had quite an extended closed beta, probably for about a year at least, before they opened it up and then released it shortly after that. So we'll see what they do with Overwatch 2. Now Overwatch is a known factor, they might do it a bit differently.
Together, we are strong.
What are you looking at?
Check this out.
You jump in this chair, your character model glitches out.
4, 3, 2,
Wait, what?
1.
Come over here.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh, hello! Goodbye. Oh. Oh! Oh dear.
Wow.
They're not common, no. You might see them every now and then, but I definitely wouldn't describe them as common. I'd say out of 50 million players, less than 10,000 have a diamond border. And that's a generous estimate, I'd say. So they still are pretty rare. But remember, diamond may be the highest border you can get, but it's not the highest level you can get. The highest level you can get is pretty close to any number you can dream of, right? So, okay, Gangans. Indeed, Walrus. That's your favourite fact, yeah? It's very silly, isn't it?
I will never surrender.
I despise this game.
So why do you play it?
Because I've not got a life.
I mean, you are playing Genji against Moira, Doomfist, and Amon. Not recommended, but I mean, you can try.
I'm just trying to get time on it.
You don't have to.
I want it.
Yeah.
Because then my top two play the Genji and Hanzo, and then I can just go back to playing tank.
I mean, that's a
ouchie.
I don't even like this map for Genji.
Oh.
I mean, King's always a map for every character. I mean, there are a lot of good maps for Genji. That's the thing, is that Genji is bad right now. It used to be meta a lot of times, but...
Indeed, Ivan, indeed. I will be streaming Overwatch 2 as soon as I possibly can. You know, within the limitations that I'm given. So, if I'm given access, but, you know, I've got some kind of embargo or NDA, I won't be able to stream it, and I'll respect that. Because, you know, I'm not going to burn that bridge.
If I had known.
Not announced yet.
But as soon as it's open and available to be streamed, and I have access to it, I'll do so, because people are interested in seeing it. And I'm interested in streaming it. So, works for everyone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Yep, Walrus, indeed. Planning is going on behind the scenes.
Give me another.
Oh yeah. Nah, probably not gonna happen, no. It'd be neat if they had some kind of official leaderboard, but... And there was that one time that cheater overtook me for a few months. which broke my actual streak, but my, you know, legit level streak is still intact, I'd say. So for people that actually did it legit, I've been the highest level since end of July 2017.
How did he cheat?
He used a script to farm AFK XP farms in custom games for months and months and months. And then they fixed it. They fixed it by implementing a daily XP cap and eventually making it so they broke the XP farms entirely by forcing you to need to get on the objective in control maps. So they in 2 updates basically entirely broke XP farms, and as soon as they implemented the daily XP limit, he stopped playing. Like the same time.
What surprise.
He couldn't abuse the XP mechanics in custom games anymore, so he quit. And then, like a month or 2 or 3 later, I overtook him again. So.
Oh no, it's pulled him.
There's a diva coming behind us.
I don't know whether he got banned or not. If he did get banned, it was a temporary suspension, but I don't think it was necessary anyway. The fact that he couldn't abuse the system anymore just made him quit, I guess. I can't imagine that's very fun. Just botting a game for no reason.
It's bothering game for endless points.
They'd probably already gotten bored of the game and was just doing it for the hell of it. And when they broke that only thing he was still playing the game for, there was no point continuing. That's what I reckon. That's what I reckon. Kill the Doomfist, yeah! Die!
I mean, if I knew you were gonna I wouldn't have wasted it on the Zany.
Oh. Maybe I am your history teacher.
I am not a good loser.
Hey, King Strider.
Oh no, we just C9.
That might explain why I'm so tired all the time, because I've got a secret life. I think I'm going to bed, but I'm actually not. Sleep teaching, yep.
I'm gonna head off. I'll keep lurking. So.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you tomorrow.
Will you? Oh, he's gone. Now, how am I supposed to know if he was talking literally or
can I maybe play
figuratively?
DPS? Like, can I change goals?
Oh.
Yeah, thank you.
You were talking literally, so you're going to stalk me tomorrow? Okay. Okay. No. No. I'm not. Yeah, northeast of the southwest, yeah. Indeed. What am I doing? Discord, that's what I'm doing. Discord. Who's, let me see, Ivan, there we go. I'm trying to do so many things at once right now. I'm trying to arrange this, this Factorio run for a little bit later. Join the queue if you want to join the group. We currently have a full one. Well, yeah, first come, first served, really.
Walks among you.
Oh yeah. Hey, stop that. What if I charge my ult and I ult the ground? Does that destroy the ground?
I'm pretty sure it does. I'm pretty sure I did it once.
Charge my ult first to figure that out. Oh no! Got booped. She does play games. But she's more of a social person than I am, so she spends a lot of time doing social things online. Oh man, never found out.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Together, we are strong.
See you later. Overwatch was shut down for a reason. Maybe it's best it stays. You're taking these very seriously.
Attackers incoming in 30
These
seconds.
very seriously.
Hello.
Be sure to stretch before engaging in rigorous physical activity.
Hola. I might need this later.
The true struggle is for the superiority.
Do I have any experience to join? We're doing a speed run today, so it would help if you have a good amount of familiarity with the game.
Oh
We're
yeah,
gonna we're going to attempt to complete the game in 2 hours, which is moderately difficult. With 4 people, it should be a little easier. But the speedrun achievement is to complete the game in 8 hours. The fastest someone has done it solo is about 2.5. So if we've got 4 people doing it, it should be a lot easier. So we can split the tasks up and do things faster.
Alright.
Ouch.
Our enemy returns.
Is it? I'm guessing your voice has changed somewhat, Ivan, since
Well, it's been a hot while, hasn't it?
you don't sound like a child anymore as much anyway.
Yeah, more, teenager now.
Yeah. Wow, that's quite a difference. Not the squeaky you used to be, eh?
Nah. Not for a while.
Yeah.
Век живи, век учись.
Hello.
The payload has reached the jet.
Hello, German man. Greetings. Oh no. Yep. Yesterday Boss wasn't streaming when I was doing it, so we just did it without stream. So the only way you can actually absorb that information is through the news show itself. We weren't able to catch it live. He was doing a later stream, he wasn't streaming in the morning. Yeah. My computer decided to freeze like 3/4 of the way through it. And because I was recording in MP4 format, I couldn't recover the recording. So we had to start again. Which was rather annoying. Well, I've switched that to FLV format now, so if that happens again, I can still recover the recording. Because MP4 files, if you interrupt them halfway through, they're unrecoverable. No program will be able to read the file at all. It's just useless data. With an FLV, though, it doesn't matter. You can recover any kind of incomplete file. So it will still work. It's a little bit wonky, but it works. So it's a tip for you if you're recording something and your platform that you're recording on is a little unstable. Record in FLV format instead of MP4 format. That way, if it does throw wobbly and give up on you, you've still got that recording. And if you just convert it into another file format, it should fully fix basically through conversion. Do I know anyone of high skill level who plays comp? Because Boss is kind of average, and I think it'd be interesting to average. Ivan's pretty good at the game. You've been in what? Have you ever been GM, Ivan?
Nope. Not quite, but you know, I did actually almost peak last season. I was like 21 I started from it.
Wow, okay.
Oh wow, that's not very nothing.
But you've been in Masters quite consistently, right?
Yeah, I'm still in Masters on tank actually, so you know, still got it.
I've reached diamond like last season, like for the first time, which is pretty nice on sports.
Can't get over how different you sound, Ivan.
It's been like a good 2 years, right? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I was talking last time, I remember, that, you know, it won't be long until your voice drops and whatnot. So I guess we've seen that now.
Yeah. I didn't tell you before, Sam. I really wanted to know how you fucking speak. I sounded like before. I'm just holding down left click on him while I rally.
The thing is, Walrus, with the new replay features, when they unlock sharing for replays, you'll be able to do that no problem with anyone. So it'll be pretty good once that unlocks. That'll be the best way of trying to get help if you want to get good share replay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Holy moly.
That was nice.
Your Q was really good. You should press Q out next time though.
Well, the same thing applies at Walrus, right?
Oh, thank you.
The replay sharing will be great for that.
Translocating. I might need this later. It's a pick.
Ooh!
Sterben nicht.
Век живи, век учись. It's only a game. It's only a game. It's only a game. It's only a game.
EMP activated.
No! I killed myself.
No! Oh, that's a bad scene for me, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's only quick play.
Play of the game.
You excited, Walrus?
One offensive assist.
No, it's not Phoenix. I have occasionally streamed other things. It's just rather uncommon. In the past, anyway. Today I'll make it a common thing, right? Every day. different something. I'll figure out what those different somethings will be as I go.
Yeah, you did stream Doom for some anniversary.
Yeah, my first year anniversary I streamed Doom, because I did a 24-hour stream, and I played Doom, the 2016 version, I think it was, from start to finish on the hardest difficulty, first time through. First time I'd ever played it on the hardest difficulty, completed it in about 16 hours, and then I think I played Overwatch for the rest of it. I think so.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Hey, hey. Oh no.
He was on me.
It depends how long I'm going for. Typically when I've gone on holiday I've taken my laptop with me so I can play whatever while I'm out there. When I go to TwitchCon this year though, I'm not going to take my laptop. Partially because I'm going to be staying in a hostel, so it's going to be a shared room with a lot of other people. So I probably won't have room to use it anywhere. And besides, they're going to be strangers. So I'd rather not leave any valuables around, just in case. 99% of the time it would be fine, but that 1% of the time. It'll be alright. For you, Walrus, yeah. I've done it before though, it wasn't too bad. Most people don't use the room until it's time to sleep. And I had a top bunk, so I don't have to worry about it. It's not too bad, really. It's not like I'm forced to interact with the other people if I don't wanna.
This fight is not over.
Your support has
Yeah, you knew that already though, Walrus. You knew that already. Besides, a hostel was by far way cheaper than the alternative. Because the weekends they're doing TwitchCon is also like a big holiday they have in Amsterdam. So the accommodation is generally very overpriced during that weekend. The alternative cost would have been at least 300, and I paid £70.
Perseverance is the key.
So I think it's worth putting up with that situation for a much lower price. If I could get accommodation for that price by my lonesome, I would have done it. But it's TwitchCon, not BlizzCon. No, it's not BlizzCon, so.
A temporary setback.
What the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm just...
Hey. Shot.
Be right back. See you later.
Skuld привет.
Someone asking me about my schedule. The start time is always the same.
I am still in the fight.
When Reaper gets hacked, does he lose his lifesteal ability? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I think most heroes lose their passive, like Hanzo and Genji can't climb and double jump.
Yeah.
Score.
Maybe he does. It would be consistent with everyone else.
No, I don't know that one. I like to so many Reapers so much, so I don't know. I know they don't.
I am ready to roll.
It does lose health to AP because AP destroys all shields.
5,
Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
That would be weird, Phoenix. The reason why EMP makes Zen lose health is because he has shields as health. And EMP destroyed shields and barriers. Hacked does not. Hack will bring down a barrier if it's an actual ability that's being used. But EMP destroys the barrier. There's a very big difference there.
Does it still count as dealing damage if you EMP lose your ult?
I mean, I guess.
Because it used to, you could like get like insane damages from that.
I mean, if you are Lucius,
Well, for Orissa's halt achievement, it does count. So if Orissa halts an enemy team that's just sound barriered and then Sombra EMPs it, the Orissa gets the achievement.
Oh wait, really?
And the achievement counts damage. So apparently EMP does count as damage. Although I don't think it would count as damage in the stats for the Sombra. It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. I think what it is it's not hero damage, it's barrier damage, right? Or something along that line.
Oh, yeah, because it used to track barrier damage, so...
Yeah.
Perseverance is the key.
My ultimate is ready.
Oh. Ooh. When you want to get some sour cream and onion potato snacks, you don't want to get kicked. Oh, just wait. By the looks of it, we'll lose this round and the match, so you'll be able to do it after the game is over. Easy.
Practice makes perfect. It's only a game. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? It's only a game. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? Don't hold back.
There you go, I bubbled you. Da, 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 da. Protect you against death, you know. I'm gonna die with a bubble on you. Wow, Roadhog helped me get out of that Sigma roll. Thanks, Roadhog. He also killed me after that, but oh well. Kill steal.
Give me another shot.
What? What? What's funny hitboxes? What are you talking about? I did break the fence with my fist.
Play of the game.
Gleef Kebba.
Double.
It's that tune again. Wow. Okay, only 3 people then. Blah 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 blah. Okay, bye-bye. Kick. All right, good. Let's do one more game.
Welcome to Rialto. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Yeah. Although, remember, I've got my din-dins to eat at 6. So, it won't be on the dot at 7, will it? 6. It won't be immediately at 6, because I've got my din-dins to eat. No, you don't, Walrus. You're hyperbolizing again. You do that often, yes.
Attackers incoming.
Wow. I do enjoy your hilarious misspellings. Don't just stand there with a Reaper shooting at your face. Oh no. Yeah, that's not a good idea, is it?
I am still in the fight.
Rude.
Oh, yikes.
Yikes. I got the best elimination number you can ever have.
One?
It's such a good number that no matter how many times bigger it is, it's still the same number.
What happens if you divide 1 by it? I don't.
Then you destroy the universe. So yeah, good job.
Exciting stuff.
Oh no. It doesn't make much sense though, because if you multiply it by 10 million, for example, it's the same. But if you divide it by 10 million, it's like you can't do that. But I've just times it by 10 million. Why can't I divide it by 10 million? It doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, there's some according to no people, but you know, you can make a case for it being a infinity, since the closer you get to 0 on the thing under whatever it's spelling, you know, the higher the number becomes in the end.
I mean, zero is probably the weirdest, one of the weirdest numbers. There's two really weird numbers, 0 and infinity. They're both really strange.
Infinity isn't really a number, though, right?
Yeah, and they're both concepts, but numbers don't exist either, so, you know, all numbers are concepts.
Yeah, fair. I just know I have 5 fingers on one hand.
No, you don't. You have 4 fingers and a thumb. Unless you're a weirdo.
Hey, you don't know if I'm a weirdo or not.
Yeah. Everyone's a weirdo in their own way.
Yep. Well darn.
Are you hyped, Boris? Are you hyped? The best offense is a good defense. Slap. Slappy slap slap. You missed off the air at the end. That's like calling the the hooped cereal Cheeries. I mean, it's like, that's not quite right, dude. They're not Cheeries.
Aren't they called Fruit Loops?
Cheerios. That's what I'm talking about.
What about Lucio's?
Lucy, oh, contain yourself. Okay. Wrap yourself up in a container. You want to do a 1v1, Ivan, and destroy me?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. It's been far too long. I'll do my special rules. It's an unmirrored 1v1, so we could get some rather strange matchups.
Well, yeah, this, we can see. Yeah, this one's the all-six, you
And, you know, there's a few stats that are a bit weird, like projectile speed and jump height and stuff. Unlimited ammo, because why not? I don't know how I can win this, but I'll give it a go. Oh, I can knock you off, yeah, true.
No.
A very bouncy piggy, I see. Yeah!
Darn.
I tired you out.
0.
Why? Blizzard, why? What is this? What am I supposed to do here?
Okay,
that was a very unfair matchup.
Literally a counter.
You get these. You get these. Yeah, stealthing is pointless since detecting those bomb stuff.
See you later.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna help. Tracer with unlimited ammo is just brutal. Because she does
really
ridiculous damage, and when she doesn't have to reload, it's just insane.
Yeah, there's a reason why she reloads every second or so.
Yeah.
I don't think I can outdamage her literally in any way.
Nope. I can just hide from that, that's fine. We can both heal super commonly, so super frequently. Ah. Ooh. I don't know why I did this. Yeah, that was silly.
Yeah, that was my one shot.
That was more than one shot. That was at least 2.
Wait, it says 3-1 for me. I just won 1.
Oh no, it's squirt band Doomfist. Can only fist, can't squirt. Just because, you know, that's not Doomfist. He's not Doom Squirt, he's Doom Fist.
I misjudged for that.
Wow, you messed that up. Real bad.
Yeah, real.
Oh, okay. Ooh. I'm bad at hands up.
That was silly.
Both flying about all over the place.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is fair.
Match point.
Wait. Oh, yeah. It's like, wait, am I winning? No, I'm not. Of course I'm winning. Oh, you're occasionally hitting me and you regen. Oh no.
Very occasionally.
Oh no, I almost had you.
Almost.
Play of the game.
Oh yeah, this is you failing at Diva. It's like, get back. No, get back over there. It's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, there you are. Oh, lol. Hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna... I'm gonna have din-dins very shortly, but I need to pee as well. So what I'll probably do is leave it here. Oh, it's done the black screen thing. Okay, good. Thanks for joining me, Ivan.
Yeah, see
Good
you around.
to see you. Yeah. So yeah, what I'll probably do is leave it here for Overwatch today. I'm gonna do my BRB, have my din-dins, and then we'll be back with some Factorio multiplayer. I've got a couple of people joining me that have been practicing speedruns, so hopefully we'll get some good stuff done. And with any luck, we might be able to complete the whole thing in 2 hours, but we'll see. We'll see. I haven't been practicing speedruns myself at all, so I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to speedruns. But I have played the game a lot, so at least I'm familiar with the game quite a bit. So we'll see. But if you don't want to see that, thanks for watching my Overwatch content today. I will be back again tomorrow, of course, with more Overwatch. But if you want to stick around for the Factorio content, I will be back once I've had my din-dins, and we'll be starting that then. All right?